Alrighty then. Here we go with plate 2.4, which is all about OSnaps, but it also gives us an opportunity to learn about the chamfer command and the explode command, just to make our lives a tiny bit easier. Good time to learn about those. So here we go again. I've got this weird background and stuff, but yours will be normal. I'm going to start with a rectangle that's 5 by 5. And then I see that there's a cut across each corner that's 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. So I can take advantage of that. I can do what I'm told. It doesn't tell me where to start, so I'll start anywhere with a rectangle that's 5, tab 5. And then there's this thing called the chamfer command. And when it comes up, it might have this fillet or might have this or might have this, but they're all in this little area right here. So I'm going to do chamfer, and that's a straight cut across the edge. And I'm going to chamfer by distances because that's what it tells me. 1 1/4 along one edge, 1 1/4 along the other edge. So I'll click distance and I'll type 1.25 on the first edge I touch and 1.25 on the second edge I touch. And then I'll just go click, click. That's so cool. And if I hit enter, it'll redo that command. And it remembers those distances. Enter. Enter. And see how I've got all that? That's really cool. Now, the thing is, this is all one, it's all one object. It's all one polyline. So if I were to do my offset command, it wouldn't quite look like this. So I have to do something called explode. So those are individual lines. Explode this cool polyline, enter. And now each of those are individual lines. So the next thing it says to do is to do this offset of 0.42 along this straight dimension and straight and straight and straight. So 0.42 offset. 0.42. Enter. Click, click. Click, click. Click, click. Click, click. And now it's just connect the dots. Click, click. Click, click. Enter, enter. Click, 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 click. And those are all left button clicks. And you can do this in any order you want. You don't really need to do it the way I'm doing it. But you should end up with something kind of like this. And again, as you're looking at dimensions, yep, it's 0.42. And I'll hit escape because I don't want it to stay there. And yep, it's 2.5. And if I really need to connect something and make sure that 1.25, so I've got that all correct. Okay, so I've got this whole external ring. Now I need this internal ring. And the way it goes is from the midpoint, I come in 0.42. From the midpoint, 0.42. From the midpoint, 0.42. All the way around. So I need to make sure on my OSnaps that I've selected midpoint. .42. Enter. If I hit enter it again, I get to do a new one. 0.42. Enter. 0.42. 0.42. And then it's connect the dots. So I'm going to connect the dots outside of the ring and on the inside of the ring. Now I've got that. Okay, so here we go again. Midpoint, 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 midpoint. I could even make that a rectangle, but I think I'll draw it as separate lines just because. Now this box, I don't know. It just says that I have another offset dimension of 0.42. So let me do my offset, 0.42. And so I'm going to have to do some trimming to get it to work right. I'm holding my left mouse button down so that I can get two at a time. And then I've got a few more little lines that are going to go from corner to corner. Enter, enter, corner to corner, enter, enter, corner to corner, enter, enter, corner to corner. And I can go back and I can check those dimensions all I want, but there we go. And I remember that I'm supposed to save my work. And this one is plate 2.4, sorry. 2.4, and I called it O snaps. Object snaps, that's what the O stands for. I'm snapping to points on an object. And of course, I need to take my snips, right? I need to save all my work as I'm going along. Looking okay. File, save as, 2.4, O snaps. There we go. That's another cool tool. Set of tools. You learn some explode and that chamfer thing. And in this case, the chamfers, they gave distances in each direction to chamfer. So I used the distance option on transfer. So there we go. Plate 2.4. Looking forward to seeing your good work.